Hello and welcome back to another video. This video is going to be, I guess, part 4 in our series on spotting fake Pokemon cards. And in this video, I'm going to be revisiting the original 3, obviously. But I wanted to clear up some questions that a few of the viewers had. Again, first question is a lot of viewers wanted to know where I got the setup. Well, this is something that I've made myself. It is just a shadow box that I picked up from Walmart, I think. And inside of here, this is just some black plastic construction paper that I have in here. And this little indentation, this is just 2 layers of cardboard that I have measured and cut out spaces for the game. And then velcroed them on. The badges I picked up from Amazon, and the toys actually came from the Pokemon trading card game. They had these in collectible packs, and I purchased them whenever Pokemon Generations came out. So you can still probably pick those up on eBay for like, I don't know, $5–10 a piece. The next question is, people wanted to know if these games actually came with a clear plastic case like this from the store. No, they did not. This is purchased after the fact. These are aftermarket cases. You can purchase these on eBay. Games from the store literally just came like this, just wrapped in plastic. That's all it was. Now, another thing that has been brought to my attention is the bottom flap on the games. So as you can see on my red and my blue, they do not have the standard Y fold that most Game Boy games have. Now on the other hand, my yellow game does have that. So why is that? Well, there is no definitive answer on this except, well, basically what I've came up with on my own doing my own research. I have been researching this for several days. I would even go on to say probably weeks I've been researching this, and nobody has given me a definitive answer on it. I have not been able to find a definitive answer. And the reason why I say that, in my previous video, I said that Pokemon Red and Blue came with an insert built in. That right there, where the game came in. And originally, whenever I purchased these games, it was not in a clear case like this. Some games did come in a clear case like this, but if they did, it had a white insert that went in it, or this little cardboard box was actually built for that, in which case this won't fit. It's too big. No, these games originally came like this, and to my knowledge, I don't think they had a plastic sleeve that went with them. I can't remember, but I don't think that they did. I think they just showed up like that. And I said that that was my experience buying these games, and those were the only boxes I'd ever seen with them. Now, a viewer actually told me, and I'm going to bring this up, there is a video online of somebody unboxing a factory sealed version of Red. And as you can see right here, very slightly, because the camera quality is very bad on this video, you can see that there is a Y fold in the box. And if you zoom forward through here, they open it up and it comes with a white sleeve. Now, this is not a built-in box like my Pokemon Red and Blue has, and supposedly this was a thing that they could actually come with this. Now, I wanted to zoom in on it and see what the production number was. However, the video quality on this, as I said, is very bad. So, my question is why, or the question to me was, why do some video games, Red and Blue, come with the standard flap, and other ones come with a, well, fold over flap like the ones that I have in my video? And like I said, I couldn't come up with an answer for this. I could, however, deduce from watching videos and doing research that there were some games that actually came out with that flap. For instance, this was on eBay not too long ago, Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, and you can see the bottom flap resembles the exact same flap that my Pokemon Red and Blue have. My thoughts behind this are games that were produced in Japan, if they were to be produced in Japan, have that standard flap. And I have up here several games that have that flap. Like, for instance, this right here, this looks to be a legitimate Pokemon Red, and it has the standard U flap on it. You can see that from, well, the bottom of the box. But if you look at, say, this game right here, it has a normal flap, just a regular cardboard box flap on it, and they look the same. Blue has a Y flap, red has a regular flap, Pokemon Yellow has the Game Boy Y flap. And then I started looking at the Japanese cards. The Japanese boxes for Game Boy games all have a regular flap, not the Y flap that's typically seen in Game Boy games. All of them do. Every Japanese game that I could find has those flaps on it. And then you get into games produced in America, and they have the regular flaps, the Y flaps. For instance, all these. So my thought behind it is, with video games in the Game Boy line, if they were produced in Japan but printed for American audiences, they would probably have the flap down at the bottom that folds over. Now again, this is not backed up by anything. This is just my own speculation. I don't know for sure if that is the case or not. But from my research, it looked like that American-made boxes had these Y folds on them. And all the Japanese boxes that I had seen had the regular flap folds like that. So it's just my assumption that some games that they didn't think would sell well in America, they would actually put those regular flaps on them. They would produce them in Japan because they already have the factory set up to do so. They would just change the print on them. They already have the machines, and they would print the boxes. Now, once they saw that they did well, and they saw that it was more cost effective to print them in America and cut out of shipping cost, then they would produce them in America. And I think that in America, we get the Y folds. That's why on Game Boy games in America that we see a lot, we see the Y folds instead of the standard folds. So, I have one more question that I would like to answer, and that is, how can you spot to see if a box is actually genuine or fake? Because there's lots of production boxes out there, or reproduction boxes, that look legit, but, well, are fake. For instance, let me bring this back up over here. You can see you can basically get any box that you want reprinted for $12 a pop, and you can get any of them. So how can you tell which ones are real or fake? Well, I can tell you from experience with the standard Game Boy games, the original 3, what you can do is look over at this seal. And this seal right here, it is slightly metallic, and you can't really see it on the camera. You might see it right there. If you can see how it highlights down here, the light highlights, and there's no highlight up here, but that label is still highlighted. It's just a tiny, tiny fraction metallic. That is, as far as I'm aware, the only way that you can tell the difference in boxes if they're printed good. Aside from that, you want to look at the print quality. Down here, you want to make sure that all that is the same. It all looks good. There's a few little, I wouldn't say typos. They're just, they copy and pasted this from blue over to yellow, which means that there's different amount of Pokemon you can get to and all that other good stuff. But yeah, as far as that goes, the quality seal on the front right here is also slightly metallic. As you can see, I have no highlight on it, but if I slightly put it there, you can see that there's a highlight going there. Yeah, that's about it. That's about the only way you can really tell the difference. Now, if you want to look inside, these boxes, the original ones from, what I gathered of it being printed in Japan, these boxes, basically, you cannot fake. There's no way to fake this unless you are very crafty, and they're very difficult. No one's going to fake this. So if you find a box like this, you know it is 100% legit. It is probably the first production run of the game. They didn't know if it was going to do well, so they went ahead and produced it in Japan, and then when they got satisfied that it was going to do well, they would produce it in America and use that flap. Or at least that's what I have gathered. So yeah, that, if you find a box like that, you know that box is legit. There is no doubt in my mind that that box would be legit. Now, on the other hand, like I showed in the video, you can have boxes like this. If you do have a box like this, those boxes will come with a white insert that has, let's see, has CGB, and then a quotations, and then a W on it. That's what it's going to be called. So I think it's Cart, Game Boy, and then Western, maybe Western release. I'm not really for sure. And I know that this is technically upside down. It should be like that, because you're going to pull it out like that right there. But either way, it is, that's what it's going to come with. If you see a box that has a standard flap fold on it like this, and it comes with a white insert like that, then it is completely fake. Because to my knowledge, they did not make a flap box like this with a white insert like that. To my knowledge, they did not do that. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope that now I've covered everything on these videos, but if there's anything else you would like me to cover, please let me know. I would be more than happy to go over it, do some more research, because I am interested in learning more about these. I think it's really neat. Thank you all very much, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.